Let's get into some things of the things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be expected, because I don't be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. You know I'm talking about y'all. Fix me that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. What's up, y'all? I was having a little technical difficulties getting this situation together. I don't know. I hope everything looks good on y'all side. I had a little glitching on my side. A little glitching. What's up, Quake? Hey, Lock Queen, Miss Jocelyn, Nikki. What's going on? Tawanda, hey, Boo. Lovely Nola, Diamond Pearl Jim. I was thinking about Tawanda and Cheryl because I was thinking about going down to the Silver Diner and getting me a little piece to eat, honey. But I didn't. Atalia, what's up? Gossip in the Garden. Alexis, what's going on? Hey, Takira. Hey, Boo. Cheryl. You on time? Yes, honey. We here today. We on time. What up, Nate? I saw that you called me. I'll call you back, Boo. You said please get right into it. Well, you know, listen, baby, you had to try beating. I can't tell you when we're gonna get into it. Listen. We go whichever way to. I look blurry. Did I clear up yet? We go whichever way the wind is carrying us. Let me know if I'm still looking blurry. Hey, Martrez. What's up? Follow Miss TT. Okay, Miss TT, we'll be following you too. Hey, Carter Lisa. What's up, Miss Lisa? I got Carter Lisa, Miss Lisa. Hey, Chuck. What's up, Boo? Hey, Emily. Am I still blurry, you guys? If I didn't say hi to you, charge it. Okay, it looks better. Charge it to my head, not my heart. I was getting ready to say right here at the nail salon. You at the nail salon? I'm probably gonna get my nails done next week. I feel like I got another good week on these. And I don't know what's going on. Like sometimes I guess maybe it's been what I've been eating or something. I don't know. Sometimes my nails grow so fast, but I got these done before I went to Curacao and they still ain't grown. I don't know what that's about, but I ain't gonna listen. That's money I'm keeping in my pocket, so I ain't gonna complain. What's up, Miss Eve, Felicia? You just finished watching that mess called Chasing LA. I'll probably watch that a little bit later on. What's up, TGIF, everyone? Katrina, I hope everyone had a blessed day and hit that like button. Yes. And Chuck, we have an update. I didn't update the screenshot. I didn't update the count. But when I looked at our count, we have picked up 3 subscribers, y'all. We have picked up 3 subscribers. So now we need 475 subscribers. 475. No, we picked up 3 subscribers. That's it. Did I say 3? Okay. We need 475 subscribers. So we picked up 3. Okay. If you are new here or you don't know what I'm talking about, we are counting down to 20,000. We want to get to 20,000 subscribers by New Year's so that we can that's how we can kick our year off with 20,000 with a big New Year's celebration. So please, 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 if you are new here, please consider subscribing or ask your friends and all those good things. We are trying to get to 20,000. Okay. Trying to get to 20,000. Let me make this quick announcement and then we're going to get into some things. Really Be Chasing is working on it. Oh, Lord. I had to go look at the episode. Hey, Mary, where you been, baby? How you doing? Hey, Xavier. Yvette, thank you for being a member for 7 months. Thank you for supporting the platform for the last 7 months. I appreciate y'all. I really have to talk to one of my YouTube friends, and they have to show me where the gifting members is, because I can't believe that YouTube never gives me free memberships to gift to people. I can't believe they never do it. And I see other YouTubers that have it, and I'm like, how do some YouTubers get it every month? I don't know. I don't know how some YouTubers get it every month, and I have never seen. Am I gone off the screen? Oh, I still got this thing up. I just don't know how I never get it. So I know somebody tried to walk me through it, but where they told me to look for it, I didn't see it, and I keep checking. So, and the reason why I'm thinking about that because I was just on another YouTubers, and they were gifting members, and I was like, I've got to have it somewhere where I can give memberships. Because when I do memberships at the beginning of the month, I'm using my own money. But if YouTube is giving me free members, I want to give those out. Like those are going to waste. But anyway, I'll get somebody to show me, child. You've been under the weather for a while. Well, I'm glad to see you, and I hope you're feeling better. Oh, oh, oh. You didn't see Versus on the docket? You know, I ran out of space, but we can talk about Versus. I'm gonna be very candid. I didn't watch it, so I don't really have a lot to add. I saw clips, and I was going to watch it. I was even going to try to watch it in Discord, but I had other stuff going on last night. I told y'all I was going to come live, and I didn't even come live. So I didn't watch the whole thing. I did watch clips. I'm going to be very candid with you guys. I know a lot of people got real excited about this. I didn't, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I didn't think it was an even battle. Maybe Donnell Rollins has some bangers that are like B-sides that like you had to have bought the album or the CD back in the day to know. Because listen, all albums have them, right? All albums have those B-sides, those songs that those songs that. Oh, I said Donnell Rollins, Lord Donnell Jones. My bad. Why I say Donnell Rollins, the comedian? Donnell Jones. My bad. Uh, shut up. Donnell Jones. All artists have those songs that if you buy the CD, you be like, you know, this cut right here, but that was the song, or this was the best song that never, got radio play. So he may have some songs like that. But I'm being very honest when I say to you guys, I mean, after like 2 songs with Donnell Jones, honestly, I don't know a lot more. And I know more from Joe. Joe, I felt like had the better repertoire or whatever. But I wasn't even excited about that. I mean, I was, but I wasn't, if that makes sense. Now, let me tell you something. All I wanted Joe to play, and I know this is going to sound crazy to some of y'all. All I wanted to hear Joe do was, they say this is a big rich town. I just come from the poorest part. That's all I wanted to hear. And when I saw the clip of him and 50 Cent, and I know 50 Cent is an asshole, but when it come to power, I'm sorry. That's all I wanted to hear. So when I saw the clip when he brought them out, he brought out G Unit and they did it. I was happy. I could not tell you much more that went on other than that. I saw that red suit and somebody put on social media that he looked like the Louis Gossett Jr., the episode from Good Times. And you got to be older. You really got to be old school to know what I'm talking about. When Louis Gossett Jr. was on Good Times and he was Florida's brother, and he had that outfit on. I said, when somebody showed me that, I couldn't unsee it. Baby, I could not unsee it. So at this point, couldn't unsee it. So, I mean, I hope for the people who watched it, they had a good time. Now, I'm going to tell you, I saw, you know how they always put like the people they want to see do a versus? I saw, now this is a versus I would like to see. Anthony Hamilton versus Life Jennings. I would be front row. I would tune in for that. I would tune in for Anthony Hamilton versus a Life Jennings. That's a grown folk, lay back, pour you some dark liquor, light up a cigar or a blunt or whatever you smoke, get you some hookah or something, and sit with your lady. That or guy, I mean, depending, you know what I'm saying. That right there, Life Jennings versus Anthony Hamilton. Oh, I'm here for that. Donnell had more hits than I thought. I could see a Maxwell. You only know one Life Jennings song? Oh no, Life Jennings got some bangers. For me, he does. Now, maybe not other people, but for me, he does. Yes, Katrina done broke it down the whole episode. Hey, Really B, Joe could have played Stutter twice and one. Damn. Baby, listen. When I saw they say this is a big wish, I said, oh, that's it. That's all I needed to hear. And somebody else I saw online was like, all he had to play was Angel in Disguise. I did not know he wrote Angel in Disguise. That is probably my favorite Brandy song. If you ask me, like, off the top of my head without thinking, what's your favorite song by Brandy? It probably would be Angel in Disguise. That is my shit. And I did not know that Joe wrote that. Now, if Joe had bought Brandy out, that would have been it. That would have been it. That would have been it. Even if he just sang it. He wrote for Escape too. See, that's the thing about these verses that I do love. You learn so much about what people like these, because I think we get so caught up in what we see. We forget about a lot of these artists are writers and producers, and they do things for other artists. And a lot of times we forget about that. And so that I love about the verses, because a lot of these things I don't know. Back in the day, we used to read. I don't know about y'all. I know for me, when I used to get a tape back in the day, tape. When I used to get a tape back in the day, somebody bring me back to tape. Who in charge of this? How I do my students, y'all. When I get off topic, I say, somebody bring me back to that. Give me 10 minutes. I do the same thing to my students. But somebody bring me back to tape. I'm gonna tell y'all something I want to tell y'all. But back in the day, you would buy a tape and then you would read Kim. You would open it up and you would read the credits. Same thing with a CD, same thing with an album. You can't do that with streaming now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was something about getting that cellophane off that damn tape or CD. Remember how hard it was to get some damn cellophane off of a CD? Oh my God, you'd be biting on the side of it and everything else. And you used to you could read the lyrics. You could read who sang backup, who was the producer, and you would learn so much. You can't really do that now. Yes, you knew who produced. Yes, Kim, the liner notes. Yes. And I used to sit there and read those things from front to back. What up, Tracy? Hey, boo. I know a Babyface song anywhere. And I may not always get it right, but baby, I know a Babyface song. Yeah, Katrina, we talked about that, baby. So let me bring it back to tape real quick, and then we're going to move on. All I was going to say about tape was, remember yesterday, or the day before yesterday, actually, when I was telling you guys about my History Channel show, The Things That Built America, they did an episode about the evolution of how music went from vinyl to tape to CD to streaming. They did an episode about that, and they talked about the guy who was able to, they started with the tape, the tape, and they talked about how it was a reel to reel, and the guy who had the idea to take the reel to reel, remember those big reel to reels that they used to have, and putting it compact. And they talked about the Walkman to the Discman to iTunes, obviously the iPod, and now streaming. And that was actually a pretty good episode too. That was actually a pretty good episode. So I love that show. Spotify has story, NDA, and they give you the lyrics, the producer, writers. But okay, Xavier, y'all young folk do that. Y'all young folk probably go all into that. I don't do all of that. And I'm not saying it's not there, but it is something nostalgic about that paper. It's something nostalgic about getting home from the record store I'm a music person. I've always been a music person. I'm not as much of a music person as I used to be growing up, but excuse me. I've always been a music person. When I got every week when I got my allowance, if I didn't do nothing else, I bought a tape. And I remember going to the record store and standing there I probably used to go to the record store for hours and figuring out what tape I was going to buy this week with my allowance and taking it home. And I could not wait to rip off the plastic, play it, and go through the song while I'm reading through this, like while the song is playing, reading along with the lyrics, seeing who produced it, who wrote it, where it was produced. I mean, I can't speak for y'all. And y'all young folk, y'all have a different reality because you've never known that. And I understand that. So you're probably used to doing it that way. But baby, it's just something about that. Right, the dedications. So, Corey, you said going to the record store in Fordsville and flipping through the hours was a good time. For me, it was Prince George's Plaza. They had what was it? It wasn't a Waxy Maxie's at Prince George's Plaza. What the hell was it called? They had a record store in PG Plaza. Who remembers? Who are my PG Plaza people? What was it called? It wasn't Waxy Maxie's. Oh man, what was it? It wasn't a tower. Was it a tower? It wasn't Tower. What was it in PG Plaza? Damn. But that's what my spot, because that's where I live closest to PG Plaza. So we would go to PG Plaza and go in there, Sound Warehouse. Yeah, go in there. And I remember listen, back in the day, my favorite Sam Goody. It might have been a Sam Goody. It might have been a Sam Goody. I remember back in the day, Public Enemy was my favorite rap group. Period. Full stop. I told y'all my first husband was Chuck D. I told y'all that. I said I should have never pushed him aside for Ice Cube. What was I thinking? Chuck D was, but we back together. But Chuck D was my husband. And I remember when they came out with their release date for their tape, Fear of a Black Planet. It was the day it was, because the tapes used to come out on Tuesdays, I think. New music used to come out on Tuesdays. I remember FYE was expensive. I never really shopped at FYE too tough. I still remember, and if I call my best friend and she answered the phone, I wonder if she'll remember. The day Fear of a Black Planet came out, for whatever reason, we were out in them streets, child. I don't remember what we was doing, but I remember the mall was getting ready to close, and I was like, hey, I got to go get my tape. I don't know what else was going on. I don't know why I don't know what we were doing. But what I remember was, it must have been during the summer or something, because it was a Tuesday night, and I had to go to school the next day. So it must have been during a time period where, and we were probably out in the streets doing shit that kids do. And I was clearly in high school because I was old enough that I wasn't driving, but I was with people who were driving. I remember us getting to PG Plaza. I remember running into PG Plaza, and they were literally pulling the gate down. Baby, they was pulling that gate down. When I tell you, I was like, hey, let me get my tape. I said, I know exactly what I want. I'm just coming in to get it. I just want to get it and go. I know exactly what I want. And I remember they let me go in and buy that tape, baby. Listen, because I had to have it the day it came out. I had to have it that day. And baby, again, as soon as we got in the car, I was ripping off the cellophane. Pop that in. And I'm in the backseat, dark. I can hardly see, trying to read the words and the songs and all of that stuff. Yeah, I just remember that. I remember, is it Mama's Gun? Erykah Badu's second album, CD. I bought the CD. And I remember listening to it. The songs are not in order. If you have like the original, like the first cut of her CD, Mama's Gun, the songs are out of order. I think it was Sam Goody. I think it was Tuesdays. I think it was Tuesdays. Yep, that new music. Because I know new movies came out. Because I used to go and have to buy the new movies back in the day when we bought up all the DVDs. I think it was Tuesdays that new music came out. Camelot. I remember Camelot. I never forget one Christmas my dad got me a Walkman and would play in reverse so you didn't have to pop the tape out. And I got it by Boyz II Men tape. I was in heaven. I had a Walkman. I had a Discman. Child. Anyway, but it was a good episode. It was very nostalgic. It was new music too. Thank you. It was Tuesdays. Thank you, Ravine. Thank you, Kim. We had a Spud Wave. I never heard of Spud Wave. Cactus and Sam Goodies here in Houston. Yeah, I know Sam Goodies. I never heard of Spud Wave. Okay. But anyway, so that's the new stuff, child. Look, that's what we do. It's Friday, y'all. We chilling. Oh, thank you, Jay Walsh. Thank you, Booby. Okay, so let me say this and then I'm done. Hold on. Oh shit. Hold on. So I did. It's pinned to the top of the chat. I did not do a wish list. You guys asked me about a wish list. I told you I wasn't doing a wish list, and I'm not. But what I did do yesterday, I did put in an order at Amazon. I did need some odds and ends, last minute stuff. I needed some border for my bulletin board. I thought I had border and I didn't. I ran out of border. I didn't have border. I can tell y'all what I purchased. I hold on, let me go. I did border. Hold on, let me tell y'all what's in my cart. That's just the first thing I remembered. And I bought some resources. I'm teaching. So this year I'm teaching a class that I've never taught before, so I bought some resources for that. It's called I have to tell y'all what's going on. I have to do it in members only. I can't do it publicly. But baby, I gotta tell y'all some stuff going on. But anyway, my schedule, I'm teaching all African American studies this year, which I'm excited about. Let's be clear. But I have not taught an African American studies class in like 10 years. So no, it's not Howard, it's Heckinger. Again, this is a DC Heckinger child. If you know Heckinger, then you know this is old school. This is old school right here. This is like a throwback. So I'm excited about teaching African American studies, but again, I have not taught it in over 10 years. So I ordered some resources like some books, some workbooks, some things like that to just help me with that. So I ordered about 3 or 4 books for that. And then I ordered some border and I ordered some snacks. Y'all know I'm the snack lady, so I keep snacks. I ordered some snacks for my classroom. So again, if y'all want, because I know y'all asked me, if y'all want to Cash App, Zelle, donate $5, $10, $15 towards that, you can. If you don't want to, that I understand as well. Oh, not don't want to, but you know what I'm saying. But I know y'all had asked me about a wish list. And so I'm still not doing a wish list, but I did put in an order yesterday. So it was a little bit of change. Today I was able to really dig in and see what I had and what I needed, and I was right for right now. Maybe around Christmas I might need to re-up if I'm still there. I might need to re-up or whatever, but right now I'm good to get started. I have pens, I have pencils, I have notebook paper, I have glue sticks, I have markers and crayons, and I have what I need to get my class to get started. Again, I'm going to be using paper more than I have. Each year I use paper a little bit more. So I'm definitely going to be using I'm definitely going to be using more than I have. But right now, I'm good. I'm good right now. Oh, you know what I need to, I should add some copy paper to that, because you can never have too much copy paper. Yes, honey, they finally moved my stuff, baby. That's, again, I'll give y'all that breakdown. We'll probably do a members only. Maybe I'll try to do one this weekend, and maybe I'll give y'all that breakdown, child. But yeah, I did. No teacher of mine in high school had snacks. Child, let me tell you something. In high school, my teachers didn't have snacks too, but that seemed to be, listen, don't get me started. But I do keep snacks. Stuff like granola bars, cheese crackers with peanut butter, cheese crackers with cheese, because kids got allergies. Um, water. Um, and then of course, my classroom stuff, pads, deodorant, with some things called Band-Aids. I keep listen, lotion, hand sanitizer. Listen, I keep a little bit of everything. Can I do the 1619 project? I'm gonna. Oh, congratulations. You got twin girls going to kindergarten. Oh, they're gonna be so cute. I know they ready. Snacks went out the door when we started junior high. I took off. I forgot it Friday was a good day. I know that's right. You're the resourceful favorite teacher from snacks, charger stations to feminine products with we. Yes. And I set up my charging station today. We'll see how it works. Last year it wasn't as successful as I wanted it to be last year, but part of that was on me. So I have to self-reflect and see where I failed, where I didn't, So this year we're gonna try it again because I think it's a good idea and I think it can be successful. I want to listen to your 1619 coursework. Well, so I just found out today they actually put kids with peanut butter allergies in separate classrooms in pre-K. Listen, I don't remember. I know the world changes and things change, and I'm no doctor, I'm no scientist, so I don't understand the scientific evolution of these things. But I just don't remember it being a thing. Who calling me? I just don't remember it being this big of a thing back when I was in school. They have a student curriculum for 1619. They do? The Informed. Can you send me a resource, a link or something? Hey, Mommy on Bible. Yeah, can you hook a sister up? What years are you covering? So I have to look at the curriculum, which I know y'all gonna say, really be school starts on Monday. What do you mean? You haven't looked at the curriculum? But I'm starting at wherever they tell me to start. And I know that I'm not saying that to be funny, but I don't know what the curriculum is. I'm definitely gonna start with the kingdoms in Africa though. Before we get to African American studies, we got to do African studies. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna look at the map of Africa. We're gonna look at the different kingdoms in Africa. We're gonna learn about yeah. You're gonna learn that Africa is the foot of civilization. You know what I'm saying? When I was in Curacao, the museum that I went to in Curacao was a really great museum for that because it didn't focus so much on like the American slave trade. It focused on the slave trade and how it affected the Caribbean. And it got into the different African kingdoms. And so, yeah. I'll keep y'all posted. Y'all know I'll keep y'all posted. But I'm going to be excited to talk about Black excellence every day. And two of my classes are mostly 12th graders. So that'll be great too. That I'm teaching like older kids. I mean, I know they're going to be knuckleheads, but really it wasn't a thing back in the day. I didn't know anything with anyone who had allergies. It was very rare. Yeah, I knew people who had allergies, but it was rare. But I don't remember us. Now, I do remember I had a teacher. That was, and this was, y'all know I went to a small Catholic school, so we didn't have a cafeteria. We ate lunch in our classroom. We ate lunch in our classroom, threw our food away, went outside for recess. So I had a teacher, she was allergic to oranges. And we were not allowed to bring oranges to school. And I remember then thinking, Your allergies, that, of course, as an adult, I understand how serious it could have been. But as a child, I was like, because I ain't like her. So that didn't, it didn't add to the fact I didn't like her. I was like, she can't be telling me I can't bring no oranges to school. If I want an orange, I'm going to bring an orange. Who's she to tell me I can't have an orange just because she got an allergy? Of course, as an adult, I understand that that could have been a really bad thing if 20 kids come to school with oranges and you're allergic to oranges. And she was allergic, like if she smelled it, if it got in her system allergic. And I remember that. That's the first time I really knew. Now, of course, again, we know that allergies existed, but I just I'm not mad at the school for taking precautions, but definitely some different stuff. I didn't even know there was a smoke allergy until I tried DoorDash. Really? Yeah, what I learned is that you could be allergic to anything. My one of my mom's really good friends, we grew up with her. She used to always wear cloth gloves, and I never understood. They called her sister child. If you ask me what that lady's government name is to this day, I probably can't tell you what her government name is. But we call her sister. She just said oranges, Chuck. I don't know. Um, but she always wore, she's still alive. She still does. She wears cloth gloves. She keeps gloves on. Now, if she's doing something stable, like if we're playing cards or that kind of thing, but she's allergic to metal. She is allergic to metal. She has to eat with plastic utensils. She can't touch metal. So she wears cloth gloves all the time because she's allergic to metal. And you can see on her hands where she's had rashes and stuff. Yeah, she's allergic to metal. And I'm like, how the fuck do you find out you allergic to metal? Like, that is wild. That is wild. I remember when Diddy lied and said he was allergic to smoke, and then when he got in trouble, we found out, sir, you be smoking. What you mean you allergic to smoke? Y'all remember that on Making the Band? Where he told them kids that he was allergic to smoke? Thank you, Tracy. Boy, I tell you, Tracy. Wait a minute, hold on. Payment, what? Oh, payment receipt. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Ravine. Thank you, Chandra. Thank you, Jay. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all for donating to my back to school. I appreciate y'all. Um, y'all, why? Okay, y'all, why? We're gonna get to the topics in a minute. I know y'all mad at me because I don't went left today, but it's Friday. Child, me in this chair. I know I told y'all I was ordering a chair in July. I didn't purposely lie. I just ain't got around to it. I'm still gonna order a chair. Y'all, I swear I looked up and it was August. Like 1 minute, I was like, "Oh, it's the last day of school." Woo, woo, woo. And then I felt like I looked up and I was like, "Yep, I'm going back to work tomorrow." I just, I feel like the whole summer was gone. But sunlight allergy. Wow, that's crazy. Wow. Yeah, allergies are definitely a thing, and you can develop them. Like you may, like I know my aunt, she developed a shellfish allergy. She didn't have one growing up, but she, as an adult, now she's allergic. When we go out to eat, if the food, if the restaurant sells seafood, she has to ask, like, are y'all using the same grease? Because people don't realize, even if you're ordering fries, if they're using the same grease that they fried the fish in, my aunt could still get sick. Well, not fish, that's not shellfish, but if they have, anyway, y'all know what I'm saying. I need to do an shrimp. I need to do an allergy test. We naming all these different allergies. Yeah, the summer's gone because you don't stay in the house. Don't do me. Tracy. Thank you, C Golden. She said she about 5 minutes behind, so you'll get this. You'll get this. Um, y'all had to call United today because y'all know I was supposed to go to Houston last week, and I canceled the ticket, and they said I was gonna get a full refund, but that refund ain't hit my account yet. And I got a little nervous. I was like, you know how sometimes you second guess yourself, like, did I finish the you know how sometimes when you go to do something, you gotta hit 3 or 4 buttons before the process is complete. And then I was like, I canceled the ticket like it's been over a week since I canceled the ticket. And I'm like, why that money ain't hit my account yet? Like my credit card. I'm like, why that money ain't hit my account yet? And then last night I was in here stressing because I was like, did I finish the process? Like, did I hit all of the buttons and say yes, cancel this ticket, refund me? So then I went into my United app and I had to go into like old receipts. And the receipt was confusing because the receipt looked like I still paid for this ticket. Now, mind you, the flight was last week. And of course, it was on my Google Calendar. So I kept getting the alerts. But I was like, I was getting alerts from my Google Calendar, but I wasn't getting alerts from United. So I was like, okay, well, United is not telling me, oh, it's time for you to check into your flight and all of that. So I was like, well, I can't. So anyway, me being the paranoid person that I am, I even asked ChatGPT, how long did it take? Because I feel like it didn't take American this long to process my refund when I canceled my Houston trip back in, when was that I was supposed to go to Houston, y'all? April, May? It didn't take American this long to process my refund. So I got a little nervous. Because I'm waiting for that refund to hit my account so I can buy another plane ticket. Trying to buy another plane ticket. So I'm waiting for that refund to hit my account so I can turn around and get my next plane ticket. I got a little nervous, but I talked to the people today and they were like, it's there. Your refund has been approved. Just waiting for it to hit your account. I'm like, okay. Because I'd have been mad as hell if I have like not hit the button and the refund didn't go through. Ooh, we ought to be mad as hell. But I did it, y'all. Sometimes I got a little pair. Y'all ever do that? You second guess yourself, like you know you did something, but then you be like, did I fucking forget to do it? Shout out to 200 people in the chat. Make sure you hitting that like button, please, and thank you. Y'all come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The airlines take their time. But listen, American was faster than this. I mean, I'm not saying it was a lot faster, but it was definitely. I know I didn't have to think about it. But it's okay. Like I said, I'm not worried about it because once it hit my account, I'm just gonna buy another ticket. So because I still need I need a plane ticket I got my ticket for Books and Bourbon. That's good. I have my ticket to go to for Chicago to Ya's birthday party. Got that. I need to find my outfit for Ya's birthday. I feel like I'm gonna let me get to these topics. I feel like I'm in the members only. I'm just running my mouth. But I have to get my flight to Miami in November for the cruise. I'm going on a little mini cruise in Miami. In November, and I need my flight for that. And I need to get my flight for Tribo 2.0. So once I left my refrigerator door open overnight. Oh no. What up, Shade in the City, boo? Y'all, Shade in the City going on the cruise. Listen, we got both sisters. Nails is going, and so is Trees. Listen, get in here. Y'all better get on this cruise. Baby, we got some YouTubers gonna be hanging out. Myself, L Teddy 27, Abby Reviews, Shade in the City, and Spiller Boy TV. Y'all better get in here. In my Armand Wiggins voice, get in here. I need to delete some stuff off my storage. Every time I go into my pictures, my YouTube be like, my phone be like, okay. All right, let's get into some of these topics. Y'all, we got a lot going on. It's a lot going on in the Bravo world. Let me just go back. All right. I think I'm back where I need to be. Okay. Shout out to the Virginia governor. Y'all know we have a white woman down to the Virginia Democrat down there, and she's former law enforcement, former military, and she is doing some great things down to the Virginia. Shout out for her. She has restored voting rights for thousands of Virginia citizens with past felony convictions. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for restoring the voters' rights for these people. Appreciate you. Okay. We have some drama going on over to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. You know, they have started filming, and it looks like it might be a pretty interesting season. It looks like they're over in Ghana right now. Bose just got married in a traditional Ghanaian. Am I saying that right, please? A traditional wedding in Ghana. So shout out to her. Congratulations, I should say, to her. But the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills has added a new lady. Yeah, Cheryl. She asked me last night. She said, is Tawanda going? I said, yes, Tawanda's going. She said, is Cheryl going? I said, yes. I said, Cajun going to be there too. I said, you going to have a good time, honey. Now, yeah, she got married to old boy. Now, listen, that ain't my ministry. If you like it, I love it. But, baby, guess who is going to be on the show, though? Hold on. Let me get to the right people. Lord, let me scroll through, honey. Okay. Tracy Tudor is going to be on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills this year. Now, for those who don't know who Tracy Tudor is, because I didn't really know who she was either, she was on $1 Million Listing over on Bravo. So she's not new to Bravo. She is not new to Bravo. Oh, Tawanda, call me so we can, if you need to add somebody on your call me about Alaska. And we need to talk about Abby. I know you said you need to talk to me about that. So call me this weekend sometime, please, so we can get all that straight. But the tea with Tracy Tudor is not just so much about her being on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She can't stand Dorit. And she never misses an opportunity to drag the hell out of Dorit. She says that Dorit owed people money all over Beverly Hills. She said we had the same hairstylist until she stopped paying her. We had the same stylist until she stopped paying her. She said Dorit owed everybody. So it's going to be some built-in drama with her and Dorit, and I'm here for it. And it'll be very interesting to see how Kyle plays it. It will be very interesting to see how Kyle plays this. But I'm here for it. Give us some new blood. Give us some new drama. Give us some new bullshit. Okay? I'm here for it. But they've started filming. Okay? They have started filming. So shout out to them. And again, they in Ghana, honey. Now, word on the curb is Bravo is looking at a new is franchise the right term? A new city. Let me say that. A new city. They're looking for a new city for real. I think with the success of the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, they are looking for, basically they're looking for the same thing as what it sounds like. According to Andy, Bravo Andy, okay, he said the Real Housewives of Montana is in the works. They said Bravo has casting agents in that area, and they're eyeing Gatlin County. And it's super exclusive, members only Yellowstone Club. Now, I'm going to be honest. It sounds very white. And it sounds very exclusive. But I'm not going to turn my nose down, because I was turning my nose down on Rhode Island, and Rhode Island gave me life. Rhode Island was good. Okay. Now, I know that they talked about Chicago, and I heard they even I can't get my words out. I heard they even filmed a pilot. So I think that Chicago is a thing. I think Chicago is a thing, y'all. It's just a matter of when they're rolling it out. Because I heard they've actually been filming. They have some people and they've been filming. Now that's what I heard. So we'll see. But that's what I had heard. Now that's what I heard. Give them a chance. Rhode Island came through. That's what I'm saying. I'm open to it. At this point, I'm not gonna turn my nose down to it. I'm open to it. I am open to it. I'm not turning my nose down. I'm just gonna tell y'all. Okay. We're not done with Bravo news, but I don't want to forget to tell y'all this. Who in here was a fan of Sons of Anarchy? That would be a good way to anchor it in, Atalia, Drew, and Angela. That would be a good anchor. To be honest, I only watch your reviews. Okay, boo. Mexico City would be a good one. Bravo did a show, and so many shows died during the pandemic because I think they just could not keep it going. They couldn't keep filming. But there were like 2 shows that came on around pandemic time. Both of them were heavy Latino shows, Latinx shows. I knew you would, Terrence. I knew I'm coming back to it. I knew you would. There was this show. I do not remember the name of it, but the show, it was in a Texas town. It was on the border. So it was right on the border. And that was a pretty good show. It was like one season. And then there was this show that took place in Mexico City with like 3 or 4 different families, and that show was really good as well. But it only had one season. And I feel like had it not been the pandemic and they could have kept filming, I feel like we could have maybe got more. I don't remember the name of either one of those shows, but I did review them. I reviewed them. I would have to go way back in my archives because, again, we're talking about 4 years ago. But the one that was filmed in Mexico City was such a good show for people like myself. When I say people like myself, I mean like Americans who were sold of what Mexico looks like. You know what I mean? And what Mexico is. It was so good. And it was so... and these families, like one of the guys, y'all know his face, but he's like Latin royalty, like as far as musically, he's like the equivalent of like, I ain't gonna put him on like a Beyonce level, but yeah, maybe a Beyonce level. So it was him and his family, his son. He had 2 sons. One son lived in Florida. The other son lived with them, and they were trying to make him a star. And then there was another family where he was gay. It was him and his sister. And I feel like they were twins, but he was gay. They had a Pitbull, that might be a good one. They had a like a TV show. They were like TV hosts over in Mexico, and he had 2 adopted kids. And so they want to show. The show was called Mexican Dynasties. Thank you, little baby. It was a good show. But it only got one season. But I feel like it was a casualty of the pandemic. They probably couldn't get down to Mexico and really film like they wanted to. And it just became... It was good. So it was like Latino Empire, I guess. It was good, though. It was good. And I feel like that's something... So Mexico City wouldn't be a bad city. I did review it. I would have to find it, child. But I reviewed it. I think I reviewed it. Maybe I didn't. I thought I reviewed it. But it was a good show. Anyway, I think it would be. Okay, so let's get back to the Sons of Anarchy. So Sons of Anarchy was so good. Sons of Anarchy was one of those shows. I told y'all when I was in the hospital, I found shows and binged them. Like went back to the beginning and binged them because I could watch them on Netflix and watch them from the beginning. And when I was sick, Sons of Anarchy was still on. Oh, there's the playlist. There it is. Okay, if y'all want to go back and watch my review, I might go back and watch my own reviews. It was so long ago. But there's the playlist for that show. It was a really good show. Thank you, Xavier. Hey, French kids, what's up, Gary? They would need too many permission slips to film a reality show in Mexico City. Well, they did it back then. I mean, probably under this new regime, child, it would be a lot. But with that being said, the creator of Sons of Anarchy, I found it. It was still coming on when I found it, but I went back to season 1 and binged it and then caught up and then finished out the series. The Mayans, I did not finish the Mayans, but the Mayans was actually good as well. I didn't finish it. I need to go back and finish it. But the Mayans was good as well. But Sons of Anarchy was a great show. If y'all have not watched it or you don't know this, I'm sure it's on Permission Slips from the Cartels. Oh. It was a good show. And it got into like bike culture, and it got into a little bit of everything. And let me tell y'all now, if you are sensitive, because it wasn't politically correct. So don't go watching it and get mad when we see politically incorrect shit. It's on Hulu, thank you. Because it wasn't politically correct, but that was the part I loved about it. Okay. Jax was boyfriend. Well, yeah, Jax was fine. Jax was fine from the first episode. Okay. So anyway, Sons of Anarchy spinoff, Legends, it's going to be called Legends, and it's ordered, and it's going to have Charlie Hunnam, who was the original creator, who was the star, Jax. And it's going to have a wild twist to it. So when I was reading up on what it is, it's going to be really interesting. It's like a mini series. It's not going to be like a full on thing. But from what I read, what they're going to be doing is it's going to be as if they went to like Comic-Con or like a show like that or whatever, and they sort of get sucked into this fantasy, but it's going to be like the original people on the show. And they're going to get sort of sucked into like this. I should have just read the description. I'm trying to remember how to describe it. But they kind of get sucked into this fantasy thing. Anyway, I'm going to watch it because I'm going to watch it because it's going to have the original people on there. And Sons of Anarchy. If you have not watched Sons of Anarchy, please go watch it. I think they're putting original Power seasons on Netflix. I think, it's going to be on, Power. And I'm trying to remember. I know I reviewed Power. I don't know if I reviewed it from season 1, though. I don't feel like I reviewed Power from season 1. We named our dog Happy after one of the characters. Oh, I remember Happy. It's like Stuart Saves the World. Yeah. It's like along those lines. Yeah. But shout out to that, because I'm going to be watching it. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Patti LaBelle's nephew. You guys remember during the campaign around the election time, Patti LaBelle's nephew? Y'all remember her? That Patti LaBelle's nephew said that that he was MAGA, that he was going to vote for Trump and he wasn't voting for Kamala Harris. And so he's saying that he says that he is he says that his aunt kicked him out of the house, that he was living with Patti LaBelle for 12 years, and that she kicked him out of the house, and that she no longer speaks to him as a result of him saying that he was MAGA and he was supporting Trump. And she said, and he also said that as a result of her of her not speaking to him, nobody else in her circle is speaking to him. And he said that sort of proves his point, because he lost his family behind his First Amendment rights. Let me say this. I read this and really don't give a fuck. Like, I'm going to be honest. I'm only going through this because, I don't care. Because once again, and I'm going to keep saying it, and I'm going to keep saying it until everybody, I know y'all understand, but until the people that need to understand it. Please understand this. We are not talking about a difference of political ideology. We are talking about racism. We are talking about sexism. We are talking about all of the isms and the phobias. And we are looking at a regime that is actually stomping into people's homes and kidnapping them, putting them in concentration camps, firing people for no reason at will. Look at the food. We can't even fucking eat right now. Gary, Indiana has been without power for over a week. But we're not a third world country. We're supposed to be the best country in the world, and we got citizens that in one of the poorest parts of the country. That's no mistake, in my opinion. That ain't had power in over a week. So this is not about, I'm just expressing my freedom of speech, and I'm not a Democrat. That's fine. But this ain't about Democrat and Republican. It's about Donald Trump and MAGA. And once again, it's not the same. It's not the same. And yes, Tracy, freedom of speech is not freedom of consequence. As far as I'm concerned, right, little baby. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm pointing because I'm looking at it on here. You were living with your wife, living with your aunt, your rich aunt. You were living with your rich aunt for 12 years, and I bet you she wasn't charging you no rent. Sir, if you don't go on somewhere, moving right along. All right. Congratulations to Leah Remini. I don't know if you guys, we've talked about Leah Remini suing Scientology. You guys know that these lawsuits take a long time. They don't resolve themselves overnight. Leah Remini is suing Scientology, and of course they got the big guns and they're trying to stop her at every turn. But she got a victory this week in her lawsuit where the judge ruled that Remini can seek discovery from Miscavige, which is the head of Scientology, and his close aides. And they've been fighting against that. Y'all know with discovery, baby, all kinds of shit be coming down when they start getting into the discovery. Okay. They say college students will soon be able to pay tuition with Venmo and PayPal. Several major universities are already on board. Listen, at this point, get your money however you need to get your money. Like, people don't take checks anymore. You know what I'm saying? Let me just transfer the funds into the account. Okay. You had a crush on Leah Remini's husband when you were younger. Okay. So shout out to that. Hold on. I went past it. Let me go back. Hold on. I done went past two of these. I done went past some stories. Hold on. We got a lot to talk about today. Kelli Ferrell from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all know that we talked to you the other day about Gary trying to garnish her Real Housewives check. Well, she also has an $18,000 judgment against her from one of her former employees that took her to small claims court and won $18,000, a default judgment because Kelli didn't show up for court. I don't know why Kelli keep not showing up for court. Like, not showing up doesn't go away just because you don't show up. And so this young lady, and I say young lady because I believe she's a college student, she also has filed paperwork to try and garnish Kelli's check. Now, I was watching this creator over on the TikTok the other night, and she said that Kelli got a whole lot of lawsuits coming down the pike against her. And so she was like, kudos to this young lady for getting in line, because Gary, he done filed first, so he gonna get his $80,000 first. But baby, she'll be next to get her $18,000. So shout out to her. Good for her. Now, K. Michelle and Shamea are fighting. Can I be honest with y'all about this? K. Michelle has doubled down, saying that Shamea, when they went out to eat, that Shamea was trying to get her to say certain things and was trying to corner her, and that she was not trying to fight her, but that that Shamea, is lying, and that she got the tea on Shamea, and if Shamea don't leave her alone, she gonna drop the tea. Shamea, on the other side, she also posted some cryptic note on her story, basically saying, when they ganging up on you, you know who the one that, that the one that's lying. Can I be honest and say this? And Shamea also threatened to drop tea. This all I'm going to say. Do it. Do it. If you have tea, K. Michelle, that you feel like will interest us as viewers, drop it. Tell us. Go and tell us. Shamea, if you got tea that you feel like would interest us as viewers, girl, just drop it. Go and drop it. Because what we all know about reality television and these cycles, y'all ain't got but about 2 more weeks and we're going to be on to the next thing. We'll care about y'all when the super trailer drops for season 18. Y'all got 2 more weeks. You have this reunion, the last part of the reunion, which is Sunday, and you got about a week after that to get it all out. Whatever remnants of this season that y'all want to get out. Because let's be clear, y'all will start filming in about a month, and in about 8 months, we'll care about what the hell is going on. Right now, we're going to move on. We're going to be moving on to the Real Housewives of New York, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Okay? Those are the next shows that's going to drop. We got other stuff. We got The Different World coming on. Like, we got other shit. We just got other shit. So with that being said, I'm just gonna be honest and tell y'all I don't care. I don't care what Shamea is sitting on. She's sitting on a time bomb. I don't care what K Michelle is sitting on. I don't care. Name right, exactly. Name them. If you're not gonna tell it, stop threatening us with a good time. We don't care anymore. But anyway, moving right along. I just thought I would put that in there. We don't care. Shout out to Keith Lee. I don't think Keith Lee gets enough respect for the things that he does, and I respect that even more because he's not doing it for attention. He's doing it because that's the right thing to do, or that's how he really feels. Keith Lee is switching his Midwest food tour kickoff. He's moving it from Chicago to Gary, Indiana, to try to help residents after the devastating storm. As we know, Gary, like I just mentioned, Gary, Indiana is still dark. They do not have power. They have been out of power for the last, I think they said 9 days. I've heard reports of looting. I've heard reports that the power trucks have pulled out of certain neighborhoods because people are shooting at them. Can I be honest and tell you I don't believe? Now, the looting part, I do believe. Because when people are hungry, that's what they're going to do. But I don't believe the shooting part. And let me tell you why. That is so fucking counterproductive. Why? If I'm sitting in the dark, I have no power, it's the summertime, it's hot. Why would I be trying to unalive the people that are coming into my neighborhood to give me power? Now, if it's true, I need a video, I need a police report, I need something. I don't believe that these people are rolling up into these neighborhoods and they are being, I just don't believe it. Now, the looting part, I do believe. But again, I'm not saying I agree with it, but I understand it. Right. Reminds me of the stories during Katrina. Exactly. I think that is the power company's excuse as to why they ain't been out in those neighborhoods to fix the power and to get people's power back on. I think they're using that as an excuse to say, oh, we can't go out in the neighborhood because bullshit. I just don't believe it. Listen, y'all say a lot of things about black folk. And I know we got some niggas. And I know we got some thugs. And I know we got some I know we got all of those things in the world. And I ain't talking about just black folk. I'm not talking about just black folk. I saw a video of a Nipcaso truck shot up. Is that the power company down to Indianapolis? That's the power company in Gary. I'm sorry. I listen. I could be wrong for not believing it, but I just don't believe it. I could be wrong. I mean, just because I don't believe it don't mean it's not true. I could be wrong, but I just. My city had a hurricane and they said the same thing. People were shooting, but not at the electric company. Okay, so maybe they said the truck was shot up. Baby, they say the truck was shot up. I believe y'all. Listen, if y'all telling me, I believe y'all. But I was just like, I when I say I believe y'all, I'm saying I believe y'all saw what y'all saw it. I still don't believe it's true, is what I'm saying. I believe y'all are telling me what y'all saw. I believe that. I just don't believe it's true because it don't make sense to me. When stuff don't make sense to me, it's hard for me to wrap my brain around it. And that's just so counterproductive. But anyway, prayers out to the people down to the Gary, Indiana. Hope y'all get power soon. And y'all use y'all social media to remind the people what they got going on. Common sense ain't common. Now that's a fact. Now that's a fact. Y'all, I did a whole unboxing video. Where'd it go? Where'd I put it? Oh, hold on, y'all. I did a whole unboxing video. Hold on. What Judge Judy said, if it don't make sense, it's usually not true. And baby, that's how I am. If it don't make sense to me, it's usually not true. I did a whole unboxing video, but the video didn't come out. So I'm gonna just show y'all. Y'all know I ordered. Y'all may or may not know. I told y'all though that I ordered Latoya from Heart and Hustle Houston is partnering up with a tea company, Tea Lights. Is it called Tea Lights? Yeah, Tea Lights Candle Company. And she created a lemon drop soy candle, and I ordered one. And it was really cute. The packaging was really cute. I'm so sorry that the video didn't come out. I'm throwing everything away now. But the packaging was really cute. But this is the candle. And it's called Lemon Drop. If you watch Heart and Hustle Houston, you know that she loved her lemon drop. Her last name is Lemon. So it's a cute play on words. It's a cute marketing. And this is the candle. Now, y'all know I told y'all I don't really like lemon. That ain't my thing. But baby, when I tell y'all I love this candle, it's a soy candle. And for those of you that went to the candle making class, we know that soy candles are better than the candles we get from like Bath and Body Works and all that stuff. The soy candle. And it has the wooden wick, which is also very good. It smells so clean. You know how they add a lemony scent to stuff? It smells so clean. Like this is a candle I'll burn in my kitchen. Like especially after I didn't, cook some seafood or something like that. This is a candle that I would burn in my kitchen. It is so good. And it wasn't that expensive. I mean, of course you can go to the dollar store and get candles. But for a soy candle, it wasn't that expensive. I don't remember the price. But I will put the link. It's www.TLITESCANDLE company.com. So it's T lights, but it's LITES instead of LIGHTS. Candlecompany.com. But if you go to her Instagram, it's the link is on her Instagram. But it was really good. And what I may do, I may buy another one. This is what I was thinking about doing. If I'm telling y'all the truth, I was going to do this as a giveaway because I was only buying a candle to support her. But I was like, oh, I don't really like lemon. I'll just do a giveaway. But it smells so good, I want to keep it. So what I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to order another one and then do a giveaway. That's what I think I'm going to do. But it smells so good. All right. All right. Let's get back to we got 219 people. Now listen, y'all know we lost we don't close the door no more around here. And so we lost that. But again, so we don't do that no more around here. But I do want to shout out, we got 220 people in the room. If you have not done so already, please hit the like button. If you're new here, you found me, you scrolling through, go ahead and subscribe. We're on our road to 20K and we're trying to get there by the first of the year. So we can have ourselves a nice celebration. There it is right there. Tracy pulled it. There's the link. $35. Yeah. $35 for a soy candle, boutique type thing. Yeah. So what I think I'm going to do is order another one and then we'll do a giveaway. Thank you for the jewels. Thank you so much for the jewels. 6'7". I love lemon or peppermint. Yeah. Now y'all know I love my peppermint. I keep peppermint in my classroom because it's supposed to keep the rodents away. And I like peppermint. Like the grill, Chuck is making steaks. Chuck, you making steaks? Chuck said you okay. Well, now listen, we still gonna. I haven't done that in a long time. I ain't done that in a long time, but Abby's still going. When we get 100 people in the room, Abby still be opening up the hookah lounge. Now I ain't told y'all that in a long time. My bad. We had to do some renovations. After we lost some people. Listen. HR had to get together. We had to put some new guidelines in the handbook. We had to update the handbook. We needed to renovate some things around here. We done upgraded the VIP section, the upstairs lounge. We had to put some new furniture. We had to get a deep cleaning going up there. Smoke things happen when you be smoking. We've been doing some work down here to the tribe, okay? But Tracy always got the bar open. She ain't gave us no good drinks in a while, but we back. Okay, we took the summer off. But we are back. So y'all know this, for the people who are new here, this is how I go. For the people who are new here, if you are lit up in green, meaning you are a VIP member, you are a member on this channel, come over to the VIP room. You are over here, okay? Everybody else, fill in from the front to the back. Don't be sitting in the back of my room. We don't play them games right here. Fill in from the front to the back, okay? Don't be shy. We are all friends. If you're in the skybox, come on now. It's 200 of y'all in here. Child, I done lost some people. They said, fuck this. But that's okay. We down to 205. We done lost 15 people, but that's okay. Y'all come on down to the front. Okay? And thank you. We got gifted a membership. Who got the membership? I swear I gotta find out where my gifted memberships are, because I swear YouTube be giving me memberships. I just don't know where it is. I was looking for it before I went live. We have the grand reopening. Yes, Xavier, the grand reopening. Yes. Who got the membership? Tell me. Okay. Oh, Party Capricorn got it. Congratulations, boo. Come on over here to the VIP, baby. Tracy got the she got the bar open. Y'all go and get y'all a libation. Hold on. What did Tracy say? What's on the bar? Tracy, what's on the bar? I think you just she got some sort of concoction down to the bar. Brown sugar maple peppercorn. Oh, she's got a brown sugar. Oh, a brown sugar maple peppercorn candle. Oh yeah, I gotta go back over to that website. Okay, but we back. We took the summer off. We had to regroup, but we back. Okay, let's get into. We got a few more stories to get into tonight, honey. It's Friday night. We taking our time. It's Friday night. I'm taking my time. I just watched the report on the NIPSCO vehicle. It was rolling around at 1 a.m. being followed by a police car from a different municipality. They took fire because people are scared and have no answers. Okay. Thank you, Terrence, for researching that. I appreciate you. Now that I can believe. I mean, listen. When you treat people a certain way, then that's what's going to come back. So, thank you for that. Thank you. Tracy said the bar is open. Let's pour this lavender margarita, brown sugar whiskey sour, and a hibiscus lemon drop. And for the non-drinkers, we got a pina colada mocktail. I'm with it. I'm with it. They didn't think to come during the daytime. Well, listen, I guess they got there when they could get there. But you rolling through my neighborhood that's been dark. We didn't get to Kim yet. You see updated details? Okay, I'm gonna refresh it. We're gonna get to Kim in a few minutes. We slow walking it, but we're gonna get there in a few minutes. Virginia State University student Janiyah Johnson has been charged. The police found that the man, y'all know there was a shooting at Virginia State University last week. 5 people were shot. No fatalities, thank God, but 5 people were shot. So Janiyah Johnson has been charged after the police found that the man who shot the 5 students was hiding in her dorm room closet. What the hell is wrong with y'all? What the hell is wrong with y'all? Y'all parents bust their ass to get y'all in school. And y'all, school just started. School ain't been in a good week down to the college. Hey, JB, what's up, boo? And y'all down there shooting. And this was, I ain't even pull up the article to read it. We're just gonna make it up as we go. Cause I'm sure it's sometime, it's somewhere in this, there's probably some nigga that either you know or you sleeping with, and for some reason he down there, he done got mad about something, and he down there popping off. You went to VSU French Kiss, and now you done effed up your whole situation, fooling with this. Oh, I'm sure he wasn't a student. Ain't no doubt in my mind that he wasn't no student. Make no sense. And I don't know the whole story. So, Janiyah, if I got it wrong, I apologize. But they done found that boy down in your closet. It remind me of an episode. Y'all know that show that come on TV One called For My Man? It remind me of an episode of For My Man. It was almost the exact same thing. This girl had some boy. Now, this situation, the boy was living in her dorm room. Now, he wasn't going to the school, but he was living in her dorm room. And he ended up unaliving somebody on campus. And they found out that the boy had been living in her dorm room and all this other crazy stuff. And she ended up going to jail because she helped him or she knew about it or something along them lines. Child. Them For My Man episodes are terrible. I mean, they're good, a good show, but terrible. A mess. A mess. Anyway, we have an update. Remember, we've been talking about this Faith Evans situation where Faith Evans sued the estate of Biggie because they said after Biggie's mama passed away, they feel like that it was compromised because Biggie's mama changed the will right before she died, and she put somebody in charge of the estate, and she cut the grandkids out of the will. And then the judge, we talked about this last week, where the judge was like, nope, nothing bad happened here. The will's gonna stand as is. The estate is gonna stay intact. Well, now the grandson Christopher is speaking out. Let me tell y'all what the people done said. And this is down to the Jasmine brand, okay? I didn't pull the lawsuit. Tracy, don't pull it. Tracy, don't pull it. You know Tracy had a lawsuit in 5 minutes. But I'm going to just read y'all what the Jasmine brand done said. Christopher Wallace Jr., son of the late notorious B.I.G., is taking his late grandmother's estate to court, alleging that her will was altered just weeks before she died. According to court documents, Violetta Wallace, who passed away in February of 2025, signed a 2020 will dividing her estate, including fur, jewelry, Biggie's music awards, and Mercedes-Benz SUV, and a property in Jamaica, mostly between Christopher and his sister, with some items going to her brother. That will also directed her stake in the company overseeing Biggie's estate, which she had managed alongside Faith Evans since her son's death in 1997, to go to her foundation. Christopher claims that just 15 days before his grandmother's death, she signed an amendment cutting out her grandchildren entirely and naming Wayne Barrow, Biggie's former manager, as executor of her estate in the filing. Christopher points to his grandmother's declining health at the time, noting that she was on numerous medications and largely confined to bed. He argues that the signatures on the amendment appear inconsistent with hers and deserve expert review. He's now asking a judge to invalidate the amendment and remove Barrow as executor. The filing follows a separate win for Barrows, who recently got a court order forcing Faith Evans to give him access to Viola's share of the profits from Biggie's trust, and ruling Christopher's challenge appears aimed at undercutting. Let me say this. I can see both sides of this coin. I can definitely see both sides of this coin. I can understand why the grandson would feel some kind of way. If this will had been intact for 5 years, and then 2 weeks before your grandmother passes away, you are just totally cut out of everything, you and your siblings, and everything is now going to this man who is not a family member. I can 100% see you having an issue with it. At the very least, wanting to question, what the hell? I 100% get that. But I wonder, y'all know I always have to wonder. I wonder what was happening on the other side. I wonder what was happening on the other side. Now, they say that we know she died from cancer. So it's very, it's very believable to say that she was on medications. She was bedridden. She was sick. All of that is very believable. It would be interesting. It would be interesting. I find it, I feel like it would have to have been something major, like a major fight, argument. I can't see. I don't know. I'm gonna just keep it at that. I'm gonna just keep it at very interesting. Sad. Right. We hadn't heard no issues with the estate until now. It's very sad. I hate to see people fighting over money. I do. And I know it's not just money, but I hate to see people fight, especially, I hate to see it. I hate to see it. All right. We almost done, y'all. Let me see. We're going to talk about Kim Zolciak last. But I think we almost there. Yeah, it's some Love and Marriage Huntsville stuff, child. I don't think I care enough. Hold on. We almost done. Hold on. I just want to make sure. Let me go through all the stuff I have. Y'all know when I see stories, I screenshot them so that I be like, oh, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about that. But sometimes we get to talking and I'll be like, I'll talk about that another time. Love and Marriage Huntsville drama. We'll talk about that another time, child. We'll talk about that another time. Um, the judge has granted the request of Chris Brown's former housekeeper to be able to use the royalties and the money he's making off of the tour to fulfill her $13 million judgment. Congratulations to her. She deserves it. Congratulations to her. Hope she get all 13 million of her coin dollars. Like now. Congratulations. The Abercrombie and Fitch CEO has ruled that he is mentally competent to stand trial. Now, we read this Abercrombie and Fitch lawsuit years ago. This came out right after Diddy. Remember, we read through the lawsuit with the form, and then we looked at the documentary with the models claim that the man, essayed them and things of that nature. We have been talking about this lawsuit for probably about 3 years now, maybe. Y'all know these lawsuits be moving slow. So he was trying to say that he was mentally incompetent to stand trial, and the judge said, yes, you are. You can. So come on down the road. Child, he probably was waiting Trump to pardon him. I don't know. Child, I don't know. But that's the update on that. We'll keep y'all posted, child. Customer, now listen, Terrence, you still here? I want your opinion on this. Customers in the United States are reporting that American Express is slashing their credit limits and closing some accounts altogether. The last time this happened at this volume was right before the recession of 2008. Now, I have an American Express. Let me see if they changed my limit. I only use my American Express. That's my travel card. Generally, that's what I use. So the last time I used, I used it when I was in Curacao. So hold on, let me see what my limit looking like. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Did they lower? No, they ain't. Knock on wood. No, they ain't They ain't lower my limit. It's the same. American Express increased your limit. They haven't increased my limit in a while, but honestly, I've been playing with them. Yeah, I used to keep my balance under a certain point. My balance is a little high right now, but we going praise the Lord. That's on my to-do list to get it paid off. But I actually have my American Express card isn't my problem. I have these 2 credit cards that I'm trying to pay off and close. But yeah. Okay. I don't know. But keep an eye on it, y'all. Just keep an eye on it. Okay. You just used yours in San Fran? Yeah. Well, that's what the people saying, honey. I'm just bringing y'all the news. I'm just bringing y'all the news. They have a list of all of the things that we cannot eat right now. Do y'all want me to go through the list? I use the credit threshold 10 to 30%. Oh, that's okay. Terrence said, oh, that's all bad. Amex is a large creditor and works with a lot of banks. Yeah, it is bad. Okay. Katrina said they increased hers and it was the best one with traveling because if you have any mishaps, they refund. Yeah, that's my travel card. And I try to keep the balance. I try to keep the balance low because, God forbid there's an emergency. I want to be able to, that's the card I would rather use if I have to buy a last minute ticket or something like that. But I used to keep that limit at damn near 0. It ain't 0 right now. But it's not, I'm not at my limit, but it's definitely not where I want it to be. But it's not. Okay. Now, honestly, I'm going to be honest, y'all. I'm not even being funny. All of us need to lose 50 pounds over the next couple of weeks. You know why? Because we can't eat shit. Okay. These are all the things that have been recalled. And if it's going to depress you, just go on and tap out for about 5 minutes and then come back. Okay. Frozen blueberries, iceberg lettuce, shell eggs, mixed berries, pistachio nut butter, green powder supplements. How do you fuck up a supplement? Jalapeno containing dips, salsa, and guacamole products, soup kits, salad dressings, granola, dog food, jalapeno peppers, pizza cheese bread products, dried herring fish, soft ricotta cheese, infant formula, multiple cheese varieties, cottage cheese, organic morning capsules. I'm not done. Smoked whole herring, gnocchi mushrooms. I hope I said that right. Parmesan ranch seasoning, cheese and garlic croutons, tashina. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Specialty beverages. Now, some of these are old. Some of these are from July. Some of these are from June. Some of these are from May. Let me say the months because I don't want. Some of these are old, y'all. Well, they're not telling me what specific infant formulas. I'm just reading through this list. I got this off of a website. But I'm gonna give y'all the dates. Let me go back and give y'all the dates because I don't want y'all to think all of this is right now. But this has been within the last 6 months. All of the things that have been recalled. I think the earliest date I'm seeing starts in March. No, it starts in January. So this list started in January till now. So let me go back. The current recalls, let me start here. Let me be accurate. These are the things that are currently recalled. Jalapeno peppers, dog food, granola, salad dressing, soup kits, jalapeno containing dip, salsa, guacamole products, green powder supplements, pistachio nut butter, mixed berries, shell eggs, iceberg lettuce, frozen berries. Now it's not telling me which company or nothing. I'm just reading y'all what it says. So that's the current stuff. Now, for the month of July, these were the recalls in July. Pizza cheese bread, dried herring, soft ricotta cheese, infant formula, multiple cheese varieties, cottage cheese and ricotta products, organic mooring capsules and powder. That was July. The recalls for June: smoked whole herring, gnocchi mushrooms, Parmesan ranch dressing, cheese and garlic croutons, specialty beverage. It just says specialty beverages. See, I don't even know what that means. Multiple green superfood supplements. That was June. May, powdered beverage mixes, infant formula, potato chips. The fuck? Pork rinds, snack mixes, sour cream and onion cheese curds, flavored popcorn, coleslaw products, pita chips, chocolate bars, white cheddar seasoning, kippered herring. Well, they don't like herring, do they? They done fucked up the herring all the way around. Now, April, this is what was recalled in the month of April. Peeled garlic, raw milk, cheddar cheese, brain tonic supplements. Brain tonic supplements. Dried croaker fish. Now we're getting into March. These are the recalls for March. Salmon products, cream cheese and tofu spreads, chicken dog treats. The February recalls: yellow thin tuna, organic chia seeds, green superfood supplements, and in January, tamales, shrimp paste, chocolate bars, sea moss gel superfood, and cheese products. Now listen, I got this from a website. I got this from headquarters now. Okay, this is the website I got it from. Now, I know a lot of that is very broad. They don't give me like the companies and stuff. But the point I want to make is this is what happens when you put incompetence and people who don't understand. See, here's the problem I have with what we got going on right now. I understand that our government isn't always the most efficient. There's a lot of waste. I got it. But what I also understand is that there is something called there's institutional knowledge. There's a reason why things are done the way they're done. Anybody who ever questions why we have the government in place to protect us and to check our food and to go through all of the things that we go through, all you have to do, go read a book called The Jungle by Upton Sinclair. If you ever question, which I know most normal people don't, but if you ever question why the gun, and this even goes for people who are, what do they call those people? Not MAGA, but what's that lady's name? Libertarians. Libertarians are also very much like, we don't need the government interfering. Like, they don't even believe in like driver's licenses and stuff. Because why is the government interfering? If you're old enough to, your parents teach you how to drive, you should just be able to drive. Why do you need to get the government to give you a license? Those people as well. When people start questioning why the government does certain things and why the government is involved in certain things, these are the reasons why. Because a lot of these recalls is because of glass. Oh, well, there was contamination. Oh, there was possible glass. Why? Because nobody is going in and inspecting these plants like they used to. Nobody is going in and checking for quality control. Why? Because RFK ain't doing that shit. And before we got there, we can go all the way back. Like I said, there's a book called The Jungle by Upton Sinclair. Make sure you got a strong stomach. But he went undercover in the meatpacking industry back in the 1920s to explain what the hell was happening with our meat. Because contrary to where we are today, back then, meat would make you sick. And people were trying to figure out, why is the meat making everybody sick? Well, he went into the meatpacking industry and found out why the meat was making everybody sick. And again, if you're going to read the book, make sure you got a strong stomach, because there's some nasty shit going on in there. And the stuff that we used to eat, or I mean, I wasn't there in the 20s, but the stuff that people used to eat. When we talk about bottom of the barrel, people who may not know where that term bottom of the barrel comes from, because they used to put crackers in barrels. And people would just scoop out the crackers in the barrel. So by the time you got to the bottom of the barrel, they were molded and nasty and wet and soggy because they had been in this barrel. That's where that term bottom of the barrel comes from. So when we used to, all of these things, there was no regulation. And it went from store to store to store. You never know what the hell you were buying. So the government stepped in and said, hold up. We need to put some rules in place, some policies in place, some parameters in place to make sure that the food qualities is always here. Across the board. And Cracker Barrel. Yep, that's where Cracker, yep, that's the term Cracker Barrel. Yeah. You know, so again, I know I'm preaching to the choir, but that is why you have people who know what the fuck they're doing. You don't just give jobs like this to your cronies and friends and then they treat it like it's some bullshit. Anyway. Don't make me go down that road. Y'all know I'm about to go on. Hold on. Let's talk about something else. It's just stupid. They're about to ramp up importing cheap beef to try to flood the market. They're trying to drive down prices before the election. Child, when I tell you things aren't good financially as a country, please believe me. Shit, I know. Let me tell you something. At this point, it's cheaper to go out and eat than it is to go to the grocery store. Anyway. Child, y'all know that's why I can't go down that road of politics too often, because child, it just takes me somewhere. It takes me somewhere. All right, let's get into this Kim Zolciak situation. Child, that's sad that we're going to talk about the Kim Zolciak to distract. Actually, do y'all want some white people business first? Put a one in the chat if y'all want to talk a little bit of white. Well, I guess Kim Zolciak is white people business too. But do y'all want a little bit of white people business first before we get into the Kim Zolciak of it all? Let's do a little bit of white people business. Now, when we last left off with the Honey Boo Boo of the world, with Pumpkin and Honey Boo Boo and Mama June and all of them, we was telling y'all about how Pumpkin's ex-husband, well, Pumpkin's sister tried to sleep with her ex-husband on some get back because the ex-husband had found out that Pumpkin had cheated on him. Okay. So for those who watch Honey Boo Boo, y'all know who Pumpkin is. For those who don't, Honey Boo Boo is the little girl from Tees and Tiaras, you know, the little heavyset girl whose mama was the fat lady. I'm saying this to help y'all get it. Okay. Mama June. Okay. Well, Pumpkin is her sister. Allegedly, Elena, aka Honey Boo Boo, had lived with her sister while Mama June was out getting high and living out in her best life. Well, baby Pumpkin, a couple of months ago, now Pumpkin and her husband broke up. They got like 5 kids, okay? And they broke up, and she is now dating his cousin. Are y'all following this? Pumpkin is now dating her ex-husband's cousin. And she got like 5 kids with her ex-husband. Okay. Well, a couple of months ago, Pumpkin started an OnlyFans page. And can I be honest? I'm not mad. Because Pumpkin is making a lot of money off of the OnlyFans, okay? She is making good money off of the OnlyFans. I can't really be mad at her. And at first, she was only doing like lingerie spreads and was like in her underwear and stuff like that. She wasn't doing no real nothing, you know. But it was like, but she had a name. People knew who she was from the show. So, you know, she had a little subscription. She was making some money. Then she started doing shows down to the different script clubs, riding around the South, doing shows, just like, you know, getting on the pole. And I don't think she was like really scripting. She was doing more like what's that stuff called? Not vaudeville, but like what Vita, like Von Teese used to do. Y'all know, more like the little teasing. She didn't get like naked, okay? Well, I guess that money got good to her, y'all. And I guess, you know, she said, well, shit, I'm almost there. Let me go ahead and go on over. And she and her boyfriend, aka her ex-husband's cousin, baby, Burlesque. Thank you. That's what I was looking for, Diamond. Thank you. They started doing hardcore. Baby, they just uploaded videos of them having sex. So now over on her OnlyFans, she straight up a porn star now over to the OnlyFans. Now that's what the people told me. I didn't subscribe but that is what the people done told me. So now y'all know Mama June is always telling somebody business. So now they said, I'm going to read y'all what this say here, child. And this is coming from according to Amber. Amber be staying on top of this stuff. If y'all watch like Life After Lockup or whatever, according to Amber is who y'all need to be following because she does all of her content is on like Life After Lockup, Love After Lockup, Honey Boo Boo. Like that is her content. White people stuff. That is her content. Okay. But let me read y'all what's going on down here. It says that Mama June is telling the people. So let me read y'all what this says. Mama June done posted this down to the blog, okay? Or did Pumpkin write this? Hold on. Maybe Pumpkin wrote this. But let me read y'all what this says. It says, listen up and listen real close. John Millage Academy in Milledgeville, Georgia needs to do better. I truly mean that. Earlier this week, our family decided to complete the application process for my daughter, Ella Grace. And this is Pumpkin. So this is Pumpkin. That's her daughter's name. For Ella Grace to potentially transfer schools. To give a little background, Ella is needing a school that can offer her a higher level of academic criteria and opportunities that her current school is not able to provide. Throughout this process, I spoke with the admissions department multiple times, completed the application, paid the required fees, and we even visited the school in person. At no point during any of those conversations, emails, or the school visit was there ever an indication that there could be an issue with my daughter attending because of my personal social media in line of work. This morning, I received an email from admissions stating that they would love to have a parent meeting explaining that it was something they normally do. So I cleared my schedule and brought Ella Grace with me because, by the way, she was over the moon excited about the possibility of attending this school. When we arrived, two gentlemen brought us into an office. One of them told me that Ella could sit in the front office while we met. I thought nothing of it and had her wait outside. The meeting started with them saying something along the lines of, "We do this with every family because we're not only accepting the children here, we're also accepting their families." I thought, great, sounds good. Then I was told that my social media does not align with the school. Excuse me? What? Listen, let me be very clear about something. I completely understand that my line of work and my media presence are not going to be for everyone. I have no problem with someone having different values or choosing not to associate with certain things. That's their right. What I do have a problem with is that the way that this entire situation was handled. I had already gone through the application process, spoken with the admissions multiple times, visited the school, paid application fees and additional fees, and was fully prepared to pay approximately $10,000 in cash for the school year for my daughter to attend. Yet somehow, after all of that, I was brought into an office and told that my daughter would not be accepted because of my social media, not hers, mine. And honestly, I believe Ella deserved better than to be sitting outside in the front office completely unaware that she was essentially being rejected from the school and that she was excited to attend because of her mother's social media presence. At the very least, the situation could have been handled with more transparency and consideration. Yes, they refunded the fees. I had already paid, but that's not the point. And before the negative Nancy comments start rolling in saying, well, that's what you get for doing that kind of work, please understand what I'm actually saying. I'm not upset that everyone does not agree with my career. I understand that completely. I'm upset about the way the situation was handled and the fact that my child was denied admission because of something connected to me. And after I had already completed the entire process, communicated extensively with admissions, visited the school, and financially committed to paying thousands of dollars for her education. The attitude and lack of professionalism displayed by the two gentlemen during that meeting were, in my opinion, absolutely disgusting. And the irony, there were adults associated with that school who had no problem entering my inbox and expressing interest in the exact same line of work that they apparently find so unacceptable. But you know what? I'm actually glad that this happened now rather than later. I learned very quickly that this was probably not the environment I want my daughter in anyway. Who gonna tell her? Who gonna who gonna tell her? Girl, this is how this shit works. This is a private school. This is not a public school. They are not obligated to educate your child. You apply, and they didn't have to let's be clear. They didn't even have to tell y'all why they were rejecting her. They didn't have to tell y'all why they were rejecting her. All they had to do was say no thank you. And an application fee is just that. It is an application fee. You put a deposit to hold a spot. And if they refunded you your money, girl, no harm, no foul. Unfortunately, I get it that you get it, or you seem to get it, but I get it that you get it, but you don't really get it. And the reason why I know you don't really get it is because you posted this long ass diatribe down to the Facebook. It tells me you don't get it. I mean, it tells me you don't get it. Girl, go sit your ass down somewhere. Unfortunately, and I mean, I hate to be the one to say it, but unfortunately, this is the price you pay. You have every right to decide to go into whatever line of work you choose to go into. But at the end of the day, they also have every right to say no thank you. And that's what it sounds like they did. It sounds like they said no thank you. Girl, you do porn. And although I'm not shaming because it's work, it's a line of work. Um, it's honest work. You know what I mean? Like you ain't out here robbing people and it's legal. I mean, it's legal to do it. You ain't doing nothing illegal, but it is what it is. Girl, go sit down somewhere. Get her a tutor, child. I'm sorry. I don't know. Get her a tutor. Bab said the Facebook was probably a way to drum up interest in her channel. I think she thought that people was gonna rally and be like, "Yeah, that's fucked up. Oh, that's terrible," but that's not. I don't think that's what people saying. I don't know. I don't think that's how people feel. Child. But she making money though. She is making money. Child, over down to the OnlyFans. Child. Anyway, let's get into this last story. Kim Zolciak, honey. I know y'all been waiting. We've been here for almost 2 hours. Y'all been waiting on this Kim Zolciak situation. So I don't have the actual like arrest information. We're gonna read through this article, honey. We're gonna read through this article. If y'all did not hear, Kim Zolciak, formerly of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, her son, who was 15 years old, was arrested for sodomy and sexual battery. So let me read y'all this article. When is the last time it was updated? It was last updated at 4:19. So that was about 3 hours ago. There may be some new information, but this article was last updated. This is from the New York Post. So if it's something new, we'll see. Real Housewives star Kim Zolciak's teen son was arrested this week after allegedly assaulting a female classmate in a gym changing room, according to court documents. Alpharetta police arrested Corey Bierman Jr., known as KJ, on Monday for aggravated sodomy and aggravated sexual battery over an alleged April 23rd incident in a changing area at Lifetime Fitness. The alleged victim said she was walking by the 15-year-old football player when he began flirting with her and making jokes, according to Fulton County, Georgia juvenile court papers. He went into one of the changing rooms saying, "Hey, look at this," the alleged victim told cops, according to the docs. Once she was inside, KJ allegedly began to grab parts of her body and kiss her. The alleged victim claims that she repeatedly told him no as he was touching her and accusing him of forcing. Wait a minute, hold on. As he was touching her and accused him, of forcing oral sex and digitally penetrating her. She finally managed to get away from him and he pulled up his pants and left. KJ did not scan into the gym on the day of the alleged assault, but was visible in security and camera footage, the documents claim. The alleged victim was taken to the hospital on April 24th for sexual assault examination, which found no male DNA in her mouth or vagina at that time. Well, she probably had taken a shower and brushed her teeth by then. That was the next day. Bierman Jr. is being held without bond. Damn. And he has a hearing scheduled for September the 1st. They holding that man without, he ain't no man. They holding that child without bond? Damn. Zolciak said in a statement Friday, in part, the allegations being made against my son are nothing short of reckless and deeply troubling. He categorically denies ever being involved with this woman or engaging in the conduct she has alleged. KJ's attorney, Jason Sheffield, also vehemently denied the allegations, saying in a statement in part, he is not only presumed innocent, but is in fact innocent. I will work tirelessly to demonstrate to the DA's office and the mean-spirited nature of these false allegations and to bring a close to this matter as quickly as possible. How old is the victim? Hold on, let me go back to the article. Let's go back to this article. Hold on. Let me see how old it says. Does it say? Okay. Allegedly assaulting a female class. Yeah, she's not a woman. If they know each other from school, she's not a woman. She's a high school student, just like he's a high school student. Hold on, y'all. Tracy said they are in school together. His girlfriend is her best friend. Oh. Interesting. I have thoughts. It sounds like they have security footage because they said he didn't clock into the gym that day, but they got him on the security camera. I find that to be interesting. Why you ain't? Because I know when I go to my gym, I mean, I got to scan in. Like on my phone, I have my membership card on my phone, and I got to scan in when I go to the gym. So he was in the gym without scanning in. And he's a football player, so he probably goes to the gym all the time. Interesting. Well, I don't, like I said, I don't have the actual arrest record. I do find it interesting that they put so much information out. I guess it sounds like maybe they're not charging him as a child. It sounds like they're charging him as an adult. Because if he was being charged as a juvenile, that's a lot of information that they released. I feel like they might be charging him as a child, as an adult. I feel like they must have some. Again, they clearly have security tape. If they have, so let me tell you what I heard. Without them saying it, I'm gonna tell you what I heard. We got you on camera. We saw you go into a room. We saw that girl go into a room. Now, we might not have known what happened in that room, but we saw y'all go in that room, and we saw her come out that room, and we saw you come out that room. And it would be very interesting to see what her affect was as she came out of the room. It'll be very interesting to see, did she run out the room? Did she look upset? Did he come out the room looking disheveled? You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I don't believe her. Let's be clear. I'm not saying I don't believe her. I'm saying for the purposes of why they chose to arrest him, what they know. If they're making it clear that they got security tape, and it must have been enough on that security tape to compel them to arrest this boy. DB says they said they didn't find semen, but they didn't say they didn't find trauma, and that is true. And as a woman, not to go too deep, but as a woman, there can still be, without any evidence, there can still be trauma the next day. You are absolutely correct. You are correct. Yeah, Chrissy, I say the same thing. The fact that his name is being mentioned, that tells me that that boy's being charged as an adult, and I'm okay with that. And the fact that he has no bond. That's the other thing, Atalia. Thank you. And Carl, right. The fact that he don't have no bond, that hit me hard. I mean, not, you know what I'm saying? When I was reading the article, I was like, no bond. Damn. Yeah, him not having any bond, that's, I think, again, I'm not saying that it makes him guilty, y'all. I don't know. I don't know who guilty, who innocent. But I do find it interesting that the police are making it clear. We have videotape. We have security footage. We know that he was at the gym that day, even though he did not clock in. We saw him. That's saying a lot. Hold on. Miss Cat says, I love your channel for all the extra tidbits I learned. Shaking my head. I didn't know that there was the team bottom of the barrel came from. With a term bottom. Yes, honey, bottom of the barrel. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all where I learned that. I learned that on the History Channel. Food That Changed America. or Chew Food That Built America. What episode was that? I think that was the episode. Was it the episode they were talking? That might be the episode where they were talking about crackers. If I'm being honest, was that the episode they were talking about Ritz? And that might be the episode where they were talking about crackers. But it came from that series, Food That Built America. That's listen. I'm telling you, I love that show. That's my favorite show. Well, y'all know I'm a history nerd, so. I wonder what part of the facility they were in. Was it the boys' side or was it the girls' side? Well, I don't know. Good question. Yeah, digitally means by hand. Yes. The fact that they know each other from school also impacts the interaction, because this wasn't just some random girl that he met at the gym that he was flirting with. If he knows her from school and they have a relationship, I could see if he said, "Come here, let me tell you something," and I could see her going into a private space with him without it being like, you just meet somebody for the first time and they say, "Come here," and you be like, "What? What you mean?" But if they're friends or they familiar and they have a rapport, I could see him saying, "Come here, let me tell you something," and her just going in to talk to him. You know what I mean? Interesting, y'all. And remember, this is a football player. This is a big boy. I know people here 15, but have y'all seen him? Hold on. Let me share my screen. Have y'all seen this 15-year-old? Hold on, let me share my screen so y'all can see the picture of him. Hold on, let me scroll up. Oh, no, let me scroll down. That is him. Now, I'm sure that Kim has on heels in this picture. And you see how much taller he is than her? I think there's another picture here. There's another picture of him. Again, do you see what that boy looks like next to his mama? And Kim is a whole grown woman. That's 15. There's another picture of him. That's 15. Hold on, let me scroll up one more time. I think this one right here. I'm gonna just leave that one right there for a second. Hold on. I'm gonna leave that one right there for a second. So that's his mama, who's a whole grown woman. A whole grown woman. Another 15-year-old, high school student. I can see how he could possibly overpower her and force himself on her. I'm not saying he's guilty, y'all. Don't nobody come in my inbox. I don't want nobody leaving no messages. I am not saying that this young man is guilty. What I am saying is I could see how a 15-year-old girl would have a hard time trying to get away from him if he decided he didn't want her to go nowhere. That's all I'm saying. Right, and his father is is a former NFL football player. Exactly. Anyway, child, we're gonna follow it to the best of our ability. See how this plays out, honey. Yeah, that's a big boy. That's a big boy. Sound like Roy behavior. Ooh, ooh. The victim is 15 years old. Thank you. All right. Let me get ready to get out of here. JB and my real quick. Again, for the people, it's 230 of y'all in here. If you have not done so already, hit that like button. Also, I did not do a Amazon wish list, but like I told you guys at the beginning of this live, I did put in an Amazon order. So if you want to donate towards that balance, by all means, you can Cash App me, you can PayPal me, you can Zelle me. My Cash App, and it's all pinned at the top of the chat. If you want to put a little something in my pocket, you can. But again, I'm still not doing an actual wish list because I just don't. I just don't. But I bought a lot of books and resources and things like that for my classroom. Also, y'all know that I'm down. Let me just make this quick announcement. 1, 2. August the 30th is the cutoff for Books and Bourbon VIP. Again, you don't need to buy a VIP package to come to Books and Bourbon. It's just part of the weekend. It's $150 if you're coming to Books and Bourbon and you want the VIP package. I need the money by August the 30th so we can order the t-shirts. I've already started buying the tickets for the distillery, so we got that covered. I'm going to reach out to Bro Brothers this weekend. I have not talked to them yet. But I'm going to reach out to them this weekend and make sure we're good for that Saturday. Ebby's birthday, again, if you still want to come and stay at the house with us, I think I have 2 slots available. 1, 2, yeah. 2, maybe 3, depending on how y'all want to sleep. Slots available if you're interested in coming. For those of you that paid your deposit, I need the remainder by the end of the month. Tawanda, again, call me because I know you got to work, so we got to figure that out. But everybody else that paid your deposit, I need your full amount by the end of the month, August the 30th. Again, my apologies for making everything due on the same day. I will be more mindful of that in the future. If you are doing both events and you need a little bit more time to get your money straight, just let me know. I understand. I, again, didn't mean to make everything due on the same day. My apologies. You can still get on this cruise. Remember, our goal is 50 rooms. I think we're up to 35 rooms. So we're trying to get 15 more rooms. We are trying to get 15 more rooms. They are charging. Yeah, the fact that they put his name out there tells me they was charging him as an adult, which tells me that the DA thinks they have a strong case. I'm not saying they do, but that's what it tells me, that they think they have a very strong case. Either way, she's 15 years old. He's being charged as an adult in Georgia. Those are adult offenses. Absolutely. I agree 100%. 100%. I'm with you on that. So those are the updates as far as that's concerned. And based on, thank you, Jay Stokes, for being a member for 19 months. Oh, you watching me from Virgin Voyages? Child, I'm glad you could get me because that internet on Virgin was not great. But hey, girl, hey. Enjoy yourself. I had a great time on my Virgin cruise. Had a great time. I can't wait to go back. I'll definitely be doing other Virgin cruises. So those are my announcements I have. If you still want to get in the football pool, the link is on my community wall. We only have 20 slots and we have over 10 people already registered. So if you are interested, please go ahead and get registered sooner rather than later because I can't adjust the amount. Once it gets to 20, it's full. That's it. And we don't have enough people for me to do a second pool. But y'all have about 2 weeks. And, listen, so the link is on my community wall. And like I said, I know we have over 10 people. So the slots are going. The slots are going. Okay. No bond equal adult offenses. Okay, thank you, boo. I didn't know that. Thank you, lovely soul. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Kim probably should have kept that statement, but she's not even being a smart person. Well, she a mama. Somebody asked me, I think somebody just asked me a minute ago how I feel about parents defending their kids. Let me say something. I do not have a problem with a parent that chooses to defend their child. Now, I'm not talking about Kim Zolciak right now. I'm just saying in general. I do not have a problem with kids who choose to defend their children. Here's where and you know what's funny? That's a good question. I will be doing a master class. I will have that information out. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get that information out. Give me within the next 2 weeks to get all the information and details out. I will be doing a master class, and the master class is going to be on improving your relationship with the school. If you are a parent, going into a school to defend your child, to get support for your child, to get help for your child, to just talk to your parent. I mean, talk to the teachers, talk to the administration. A lot of things have changed as far as the schools are concerned. Since COVID, a lot of things have changed with access, getting in the building. Back in the day, we used to be able to just show up at the school and be like, I want to go to my child's class. And a lot of schools are just not allowing that anymore. And I understand parents' frustration with that. With that being said, as an educator, I will be doing a master class on helping you navigate those relationships at school with your children, whether your child is in kindergarten or 11th grade. We're just going to be looking at some strategies. We'll have an open forum, a private open forum where you can speak freely. And if you have questions, and we can definitely do follow-ups. So I am going to be that information will be coming out soon. I wanted to do it at the beginning of the year so that you guys can start off the year in that space and just building positive relationships. But what I will say is this: one of my biggest frustrations as an educator it's not that parents defend their kids. I get that. It's your child. It is that parents blindly defend their kids. And there's a difference, right? Advocating for your child is what you're supposed to do as a parent. Blindly advocating for your child is where relationships break down. It's where relationships break down. And so those are the conversations that I want us to have. And again, it will be in an open forum, but a private open forum. Okay. The report is on TMZ. Let me see. They were going to the co-ed sauna, which they had to pass through the family style locker room. Oh, okay. Hold on, love. Thank you. Hold on. Let me go to TMZ. Sound like TMZ got a little more details. Hold on. Thank you, boo. Let's get into this TMZ. Let's see what the TMZ is talking about. Hold on. Let's see what we're talking about here. See here. It's always funny when I get these solicitation texts. This one place that keeps texting me, trying to sell me insurance and stuff. And they keep calling me Fran. Well, you ain't gonna never sell me shit if you don't even know my name. I mean, you ain't gonna sell me nothing anyway, but oh man. Hold on. Let me go to Us Weekly, because TMZ TMZ be posting so much. Hold on. You said it's on Us Weekly too. All right. Kim Zolciak. Okay, I spelled it right. Okay. All right. Thank you. Let me read this. So this is the article on Us Weekly. So this says, hold on. I want to go to the other article first, because this article is about Kim defending him. Hold on. All right, let's read. This is the one I think. Police report reveals alarming details of KJ Bierman's alleged assault after his arrest. So yeah, I think this is the one. Thank you, lovely soul of two. Thank you, boo. All right, so let's read this article. Hold on, let me scroll down. T, I ain't see T coming here. Don't you say nothing about me not having my mouse. Come on. All these pop-ups. My gosh. I'm gonna have to do this from my phone, because this is. Hold on. Here it is right here. Oh, this Us Weekly got all these damn pop-ups. Okay. Why I can't get this thing to scroll? Okay, here we go. Golly, I couldn't get it to scroll down. All right. Now it won't scroll back up. Jeez, Monini. All right, here we go. Okay, let's do it this way. I'm gonna have to just do it this way. Shit. Okay. Sorry, y'all. This thing. Okay. A police report has revealed an alarming detail from KJ's alleged crimes after the son of Kim Zolciak and Corey Bimmer was arrested. Okay. The alleged incident occurred on April 23rd at Lifetime Fitness in Alpharetta, Georgia. According to the report obtained by Us Weekly, excuse me, the minor female victim, who Us has chosen not to identify, reported an aggravated assault, battery, and aggravated sodomy and was taken to the hospital. Wait a minute, what? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. That's me. The victim reportedly had a regular chiropractic appointment at the gym. After learning that the chiropractor was not in the office that day, she opted to work out instead. Later, while eating in the gym's cafe, she saw a friend, later identified as KJ. He entered the facility and she called out to him. The pair began talking, at which point KJ allegedly asked if she wanted to go into the co-ed sauna with him, per the report. The victim told the police that her and KJ had been friends for some time in high school. She also described him as a flirty and jokey person. According to the victim, KJ was making jokes and flirting with her as they walked to the family locker room. Once they arrived in the room, KJ allegedly asked the victim to kiss him multiple times. He grabbed her by the waist and started kissing her neck and grabbing. Okay, trigger warning. This has more detail, so trigger warning. He started kissing her neck and grabbing her butt with his hand and an open hand and kissed her lips, the report said, claiming that KJ touched her private area on the outside of her pants and she froze. Hold on, I'm trying to scroll down. Okay, I'm trying to scroll down. Okay. The victim stated that she told KJ no multiple times during the alleged incident, and he allegedly said something to the effect that she was lucky he wasn't making her do it. KJ then allegedly pulled down his pants to expose his genitals and put it into the victim's mouth. The victim claimed that KJ tried multiple times to have sexual intercourse with her. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Sexual course with her by trying to pull down her pants. She stated that there was nowhere for her to go, that he had pulled her towards him, always keeping his hands on her body. He also allegedly slipped his hands into her shorts. Wait a minute, hold on, say it again. Trying to pull her hands on her body. She stated there was nowhere for her to go, that he had pulled her towards him, always keeping his hands on her. Okay. The victim told police that she kept trying to get away and finally succeeded, at which point KJ pulled up his pants and left the scene. The victim reluctantly attended school the following day, but she left after seeing KJ's girlfriend and told her grandmother what had happened at the gym. She also told police that she had previously kissed KJ consensually. According to officers, KJ and the victim were both seen on surveillance video going into the family dressing room. About 20 minutes later, the victim exited the dressing room and headed toward the lobby, while KJ made his way to the sauna alone. Told y'all they had that shit on tape. Hold on. Test result. Hold on, y'all. This thing. I don't know why this thing won't scroll. Test results concluded there was no presence of male or human DNA in the victim's private area and mouth, per the report. KJ was arrested on Monday, August the 17th, and charged with aggravated sodomy. Okay. According to court records, the judge did not set bond, and a preliminary hearing is scheduled for September the 8th. He is currently being held at the Metro Regional Youth Detention Center. 20 minutes is a very long time, especially if this is what was going on during that 20-minute window. All right, now this article. Hold on. Because I think we already talked about what Kim said, but let's look at it again. Yeah, Kim probably need to just not say nothing. I mean, it's her son, though. I mean, I understand. Okay, Kim Zolciak is speaking out. Oh, we already read this. This pretty much. She said, the allegations being made against my son are nothing short of reckless and deeply troubling. He categorically denies ever being involved with this woman. First of all, again, she's not a woman. She's a child. Or engaging in the conduct that she's alleged. Kim Zolciak. Why they say this girl 48? Kim Zolciak ain't nobody's 48, but okay, girl. If that's what make you sleep at night. Said in a statement on August the 21st. My son voluntarily took a polygraph examination regarding these allegations and passed. Additionally, an examination was conducted and no DNA belonging to my son was found. Okay, girl. She said he took a polygraph and he passed it. False accusations can have devastating consequences not only for the person being accused, but also for genuine survivors of sexual assault and abuse. Every legitimate allegation deserves to be taken seriously and investigated based on the facts and evidence. At the same time, no one should publicly condemn based solely on an accusation. She said, we remain confident that the facts and evidence will establish the truth, and we ask that people allow the proper process to take its course rather than spreading unproven allegations. Okay. All right. And then it just goes back through what we already talked about. I mean, that's her child, you know. Listen. Well, yeah, I mean, we know polygraph tests are not admissible, but still, I mean, I guess you want to let us know he took one and passed it, honey. To the best of our ability, we're going to keep up with this and see what ends up happening. It looks like he has a hearing on in September, the first week of September. Somebody said, DB said beautiful gowns. Beautiful gowns. All right, y'all. That's all I got. I ain't got no more. Beyond the Gates will be on Sunday. I'm almost caught up, but we'll do that on Sunday because I got some stuff to do tomorrow. So we'll do that on Sunday, and I will see y'all later. Mwah. Peace.